guys, it's Woody here, or Will. Welcome to my review of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Season 3, Episode 6, Among Us Hide. So, this was a big, shocking episode towards the end. So I'm going to kind of not just do a basic overview and review of what happened in this episode. I'm going to do things like talk about the star character in this episode, the most shocking moment, and stuff like that. So let's get right into it. So I think star character, despite the ending of this episode, is Rosalind. We got to hear more about her. We found out that she had a husband who died of cancer a few years ago, and we kind of found out that she's a little human, she just, she has her own feelings too. Doesn't seem like she really had any emotion, because she was the leader of this. They looked at it as a bad group, the HECU, but right now it kinda, I don't know, the HECU looks kinda bad, but Rosalind is a likable character. And of course, the most shocking moment. Andrew is Lash. Wow. I really didn't know that this would be revealed so soon. And we saw May crying at the end of the episode, on the verge of crying, because, think about all she's been through and with him, and it's going to be really crazy this next episode, there's a lot of questions that have to be answered, like, what is Andrew's motive, or why did he do this? How did he become Lash? Was it the fish oil pills? We don't know. How long has he been Lash? If he's been Lash for long, why would he just now start popping up with crime? And yeah, just lots of questions to be answered. And so I might be doing a new section on these videos. It's like comics Easter egg. So the title of this episode, Among Us Hide, was a nod to the comic, one of the early Fantastic Four comics. It said Among Us Hide, the Inhumans. It was the Inhumans' first appearance in the comics. So that is basically the fun fact of the week / comic Easter egg. So this whole storyline with Sky's theory of Lash being in the HECU and being Banks, they did a pretty good job of convincing us, but I really didn't think that it would be Banks, but they did a good job of convincing us. But I just love the Hunter's personality, and he just gets out of the truck and just shoots Banks with an icer. And I love how Mac calls Daisy Tremors, and their brother-sister relationship is, really cool. I think the visual effects team did a really good job with Andrew's transformation into Lash. The way they can do these really cool effects, Emergency Awesome said in his video that, ABC is owned by Disney, so is Marvel, and so they can just unlock this really cool visual effects stuff that they use in movies. So this episode also showed just still how amazing of a villain and a character, one of the most intriguing characters in the MCU we've seen yet, Ward. Just a really interesting character. I think they can do a lot with this character in Season 3, him being the main villain and head of HYDRA and all that stuff. So I just think they can do really great things with this character this season. They probably are, and yeah. So Ward gets a call from Gideon Malick. So he's a member of HYDRA. He was a member of the World Security Council. He was in the Avengers. And so one of his lines you might remember him by, he said, "War isn't won by sentiment," and to Nick Fury, and then Nick Fury goes, "No, it's won by soldiers," and then cuts to the Captain America scene. But it's really cool to see a character from the movies transition into the TV. So he has Werner von Strucker with him, as Emergency Awesome from YouTube calls him, Junior von Strucker, which I really love. That's hilarious. But the first line that he says in this episode is, he was a monster, or something along the lines of that. And I think that was a really cool nod because, I mean, he came out of that building shocked, obviously, because he saw Andrew transform into Lash. But at that point in the episode, they hadn't revealed that. A lot of us had made guesses about that, but we didn't know that for sure. But I think that was a nod to it. But then it revealed that he was talking about Ward. It seemed like, but it was I thought that was kind of a cool nod. But here, Werner von Strucker gets brutally hurt by Ward's sidekick. I can't remember his name, but he's in May's arms, and that's when May's just breaking down. She probably wasn't in the mood to save him, so we don't know if he's dead or not, so I don't know. I really hope he isn't dead because they could really do a lot with that character. He has great potential in the MCU, since having such a big connection to the MCU. And so I hope that he can stick around for longer so we can learn more about him, maybe learn more about his family, all that stuff. So yeah. To me, it seems like a lot of people are getting really hurt, maybe to death. And, like, big parts of the plot are being revealed, like, really early on in the season. So I don't feel like this is going to be, like, a big thing. I feel like in the next few episodes or so, we're going to find something that really is going to be the next of this half of the season. I mean, I don't know. I just feel like too many things are being revealed. But then again, we are now, like, halfway through the first half of the season. That's crazy to think. It's like it just came back. So like I said earlier, I can't remember the name of Ward's sidekick, but I think he's kind of a cool character. I thought he died in the first episode. I thought Werner von Strucker beat him to death, but then he showed up right back in the second or third episode. But then he gets in an interesting fight with Bobby. I think that Bobby's going to show more of her Mockingbird style. Eventually, hopefully she can get up to the movie rank, because Mockingbird's a pretty big character in the comics. So maybe we might see her in the movies someday. I really liked her electrifying effect on her batons. It's like, whoa, Bobby's back, and she seems like a bigger and better Mockingbird. I mean, we're getting even closer and closer to her being considered Mockingbird. So we got a lot to look forward for the next episode. We gotta see what Simmons' next move is to try to get Will back. I haven't talked much about Simmons in this episode, sorry about that. But we got the whole HYDRA thing, we got Andrew being Lash, lots of stuff. Thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you after the next episode. Thanks for watching. I ship Coulson and Rosalind.